So here's a cool little AI trick to help you out if you have to deal with anything that is relating to data. And I know most people just not on a daily basis, but I just want to put this in your mind because you're going to come across something where you're going to need some help with something data related, right? And so what I did was, so I have a particular task that I needed to have done, and I downloaded a certain number of transactions that I have done through the multiple listing service. I know doesn't pertain to you because you're probably not an agent watching this, and if you are, you're going to learn something. This particular database has 556 columns, and I had a very specific task that I needed to have done. And so I went into ChatGPT and I said, hey, I'm going to provide you with an Excel file that is data downloaded from the California Multiple Regional Service or Multiple Listing Service. I need to extract this data, those agents that I have done business with. On some transactions, I, Anthony Nitz, will be listed as the listing agent, and others will be listed as the buyer's agent. If I'm listed as the listing agent, I need to extract out the buyer's agent information, in other words, the agents that I have done business with, and I need their first name, last name, email address, phone number, or mobile phone number, and company name, and the address of the transaction that we closed. And likewise, if I am listed as the buyer's agent, I also need to find out who the corresponding listing and or co-listing agent's information, including first name, last name, email, phone number, company name and address of the transaction that we completed. Does that make sense? And will you be able to accomplish this? Of course, it said yes. And it actually walks through identifying the role. Okay, on some of them I'm the listing agent, some of them I'm the buyer's agent, and what data is going to be extracted. And it went through this process. I uploaded the file. I said, here's the spreadsheet, right? 596 columns, sorry. So that's a lot of data. And this is why I'm sharing this, because this really stresses the point of how powerful this is. So it goes through and it identified. I did not tell it which columns had the right information in it. It went and identified those columns that had the correct information in it and told me for buyer's agents, it's going to give me this, right? For listing agents, it's going to give me this, and even co-agents, right, on transactions and some other things. Next step, and then it goes through. It says buyer's agents when I was the listing agent, first name, last name, email and phone number. See, and I didn't realize this. Email and phone number are not available in this particular database. Company name, street name, phone number, address, and all that stuff, right? So same thing with listing agent and co-listing agent, and it says now run the extraction. And so what it did was it gave me this list of all these agents that I have done business with before, which is amazing because it would have taken me hours and hours and hours of time to extract this and put it into a format that is ready. I'm going to give you another example of how I use this. Our Uncle Sam wanted to question me on some old tax related stuff, and so I was like, okay, gosh, where do I have some of those old files and everything? Because you file, and you used to just file them and say, here's my numbers, that is what it is, and they go, well, we would like to kind of see that, right? Send us a spreadsheet. And I'm like, spreadsheet? Man, I got printed statements. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to have to sit there and type in every business transaction that I did so that I can say, here's how I came up with the numbers? What I did instead was I scanned every single bank statement front and back for that year into a single PDF file. I uploaded it to ChatGPT and I said, extract out all my business transactions. My God. It pulled all of them out, put them all in the right columns, gave me totals, actually broke it down into categories for me. It was a way better result than I would have ever given. So use ChatGPT if you've got some sort of data you need to collect or extract from something, right? You've got bills, you need to kind of go, you know what? Something's not right here. Scan a bunch of bills in and have them take a look at it and say, oh, you know what? Here's where the mistake was or whatever, So it's a very powerful tool. Anyways, I hope you found that interesting. I love working with AI and all that stuff, and it's only going to go faster if you're not on board with it. you should probably think about getting on board with it, because otherwise, it's going to be moving way too fast for you ever to catch up. All right. Take care. Have a great day.